What is up, Star Wars fans? This is Darth Watson. In this video, we are going to be talking about Maul Shadow Lord, and we do have a few updates as far as what's happening with the series so far. And if I were to take my best guess on the release date, since there is no official confirmation on the exact date that it's going to be coming out, it's probably going to be coming out sometime this summer. If I were to take my best guess, I doubt that that Lucasfilm is going to release this show on Disney Plus before The Mandalorian and Grogu. And there's a lot of reasons to this. One of the biggest reasons is because they want to give the projects a little bit of breathing space with Maul Shadow Lord and The Mandalorian and Grogu, and especially because The Mandalorian and Grogu is going to be the comeback of Star Wars to the big screen, because we haven't had a Star Wars movie since 2019's The Rise of Skywalker. And what we're going to see play out in the Maul Shadow Lord series is that we're going to see Maul and his criminal organization and how it's going to tie into Crimson Dawn. We're going to see a backstory of Crimson Dawn that will tie into Solo: A Star Wars Story, and it's going to lead up into Solo: A Star Wars Story. We probably will not see Kira because it's a little too early in the timeline for Kira, but we are definitely going to see Maul and him building up his criminal organization that will tie into Solo: A Star Wars Story and will tie into Crimson Dawn. So we're going to see a lot of Crimson Dawn stuff that's going to be playing out in Maul Shadow Lord series. Now, not just that, but the Maul Shadow Lord is going to be taking up ideas from George Lucas's original plans for the sequel trilogy, which was written in the Star Wars Archives book. Some of his earlier plans for the sequel trilogy were Lucas intended for Maul to be the main villain of his sequel trilogy, and Maul would eventually become the godfather of crime. He would control all of the criminal organizations, and there would be this offshoot stormtroopers who started their own rebellion, and basically it's going to be how Leia becomes Supreme Chancellor, all that, and then eventually by the end of the trilogy, Luke Skywalker rebuilds much of the Jedi, and eventually just rebuilds the Jedi Order, and Leia becomes Supreme Chancellor and revealed as the actual chosen one. So those were ideas that Lucas had that was written in the Star Wars Archives book, and we're seeing that idea of Darth Maul as Maul as the godfather of crime. We're going to see Maul Shadow Lord, and that's going to be playing out with Maul being the godfather of crime and him running his criminal organization. So we're going to see a lot of gangsters around the galaxy, like the Hutt, and then the criminal or the crime syndicates that's been going on, and how Maul is going to be running all of that. That's going to be taking place in Maul Shadow Lord. We've already seen some of that play out in the Clone Wars series, but we're going to see a lot more of that, and we're going to see a lot more of Maul running the criminal organizations in Maul Shadow Lord. But anyways, that's all I have to say for this video. Do make sure to smash a like, subscribe, comment, and I will catch you all later in another video.